think that is everything. Good. I think we are good. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of Blender For Korman For Beginners. Yeah, so we are, how do I close this? 20 feet. Anyway, so, yeah, we are going to be doing a very special we're doing a very special episode of Blender For Korman For Beginners. We are starting a brand new age because, it has been a hot minute since I've actually done an edited video, and to be honest, editing these videos down from when I'm just recording them normally is just a real huge kind of pain in the butt. So I'm just going to be streaming these from now on Twitch, and I'm going to upload them to YouTube later. Mostly unedited, probably just to edit out gaps of silence where I'm not talking, but yeah, we're going to start by building a brand new age. What exactly do we need for that? We need a sequence prefix. We need Blender For Korman For 16. We also need... Ooh, I'm probably going to add to this list as we go on. But for the moment, these are the first two things that we are going to need. We're also going to need a name for the age, which is tentative. And these are always tentative. They always start out tentative. That is how it works. Our tentative name for this age is Touchstone. There's a reason for that, and the reason for that is that I'm referencing a very specific episode of Stargate SG-1. You'll see why in a bit. What else do we need? So yeah, earlier in my YouTube playlist, there will be a video about installing Blender, installing ZLZ. So, some caveats. We are currently on Blender For Korman version 0.16, and, yeah, there have been some minor changes with Blender For Korman since, the first installation video that I did, 0.6, 0.13, 0.14, one of those. Point is, there's some differences in Blender now that, are going to affect how we're going to be doing certain things. But yeah. So, what exactly is a sequence prefix? I'm just going to be starting through this from the start, basically. A sequence prefix is the number that an age uses. For example, the Garden Age, Eder Chemo, has a sequence prefix of 1. Garrison is sequence prefix of 2. Neighborhood, 3. Avatar customization, 4. Spy room, 5. That seems weird. Because if you're going through these and kind of, if you go through this and you think about it from the development perspective of Cyan as they're going through and designing these ages, some of these make sense, like -6, -5, -6. They're counting down backwards, basically. These are the first things that need to be loaded. So Garden, seems weird. I'm betting that when it came to Mist Online versus Path of the Shell / Complete Chronicles, the original things, I think Cyan went through and did a little sequence prefix redoing, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, because, you see some things in here, like Eder Tisoggle is between Personal and Teledan, and that came way later than those ages. Nexus. Yeah, some of these sequence prefixes are kind of all over the place. Important thing is that a sequence prefix is needed for a lot of ages. So Eder Nabri has a sequence prefix of 622. The Messenger's Pub as 1234, Chiso Prented 1236, Sakura Vale, no idea what that is, 1238, Vothel 1240, Waste Station, don't know what that is either, 1242. Anyway, you see that these are reserved sequence prefixes, basically. So, you don't want a sequence prefix that's already taken. If I take Vothels, that's going to cause a collision. It's going to think, oh, it's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, we want a sequence prefix that's not clashing with any of these. Now, we can also go back to look at Complete Chronicle sequence prefixes, because we don't want to clash with Complete Chronicles, right? Yeah, we don't want to. And you'll see that there's see, if you look here, you'll see that there's a lot of different order of things. Like Spyrim is still 5 after other customization, but you'll see that for Complete Chronicles, the order of these things is completely weird. Yeah, you'll see some here you'll see conflicting things. Basically, what I'm looking for is a sequence prefix that A is not going to conflict with, Uru Complete Chronicles, but also Mist Online in Your Life. I don't want a conflicting sequence prefix. I'm going through these. So I like to hover in the 600 range. So if we look here at 600s, 612, 613, 614, 615, 650. Okay, there's a gap here. So 625 is the next highest one I don't want to conflict with. So if our max is 625, and I've recently done 622 with Eder Neighbory, yeah, 622. I'm gonna hedge my bet here and do the safe thing and go with 624. We're doing 624 as our sequence prefix. So these are the current big 3 things that we need. 620, our sequence prefix is 624, Blender For Korman version 0.16, and our tentative age of Touchstone. That seems like a whole lot of stuff, basically. So yeah, we have our brand new stuff. We got all this. So we are going to start Blender. I'm going to start Blender. Now, let's see here. Let me mute our... I don't want to mute the text box, and I want to... Hold on. Properties. No, I don't want MS Paint. I want... Add... this game capture. No, I want a window capture. Add window capture. Create new. This is going to be Blender. Okay. And yeah, it just grabs Blender. Cool. Now we have Blender on our screen. Let me just scale this to that's a little weird. Properties, transform, fit to screen. There we go. This is Blender. We have opened up a fresh Blender window, Blender For Korman For Beginners, and I'm going to set it to Korman. We're going to stretch this out. We're going to go to Window. And so this is what we're going to be doing. So as I said, our sequence prefix is going to be 624. And our temporary age name is Touchstone. We're going to create a plasma age. Touchstone ground area. I'm actually just going to call it ground. I'm going to just select Mist Online Uru Live, blah, 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 blah. Fog color. Here's where we're going to be doing some hinky stuff. I'm setting the clear color to white. Oh, hold on. I hear a timer going off. Give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Sorry about that. I had a cake in the oven. Yeah, cake. Okay, so all of this is done. I'm going to just blank that out for the moment. And I'm going to disable our text box. Yeah, where's chat? Chat should be up here. Where should chat be? Yeah, chat should be up here. I can move chat around if necessary. So, why exactly did I set this fog up like this, to be this bright white color? Well, I'm going to set it up to be exponential too, and I'm going to, density, I'm going to crank this up to, I'm just going to leave this as 1 for the moment, because we're not sure how this is going to look until we're actually in the age. Global SDL file. Yes, this age will have an SDL file. Come on, you silly thing. Come on. There we go. Now we have a new window. I just had to grab this little corner here. I'm going to set this to the text editor. And we are going to... Well, first and foremost, we are going to open up a new Blender window. I'm going to go with Ashaba's Garden, because I need to grab the standard SDL disclaimer. You guys seeing the new Blender? No, you're not seeing the new Blender. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm just going to a different version of a different Blender window instance, and I am grabbing a big old block of text that has to go at the start of an SDL file, and I need to do new, boop, touchstone.sdl. I may have to rename this. That was not what I wanted to copy. Copy. And then paste. There we go. Now we have our license. It's just a generic thing we have to say, yada, yada, yada. I grabbed it from Editor Neighbor, so I'm going to call this Touchstone. Let me just make sure I got the formatting on that right. Yeah, okay. Basically, so what exactly am I going to need? I don't know yet. But to start, I'm just going to add a generic time of day, and I'm just going to call this Touchstone Day Night 01. Yep, Touchstone Day Night, that is our time of day variable. We're probably not going to actually use this, but we have it in case we need it. Okay, now all this is just basics, head-up stuff before we even actually begin building the age. We have this blank canvas before us. So, how are we going to do this? What are we going to start with? Well, believe it or not, we're not even going to start by building a thing yet. We're going to go to Append, and I'm going to... Come How do I go up? So we're going to actually go to get a specific thing. I have a specific file called avatar Korman, and it is called the dummy avatar. And now we have a proxy stand-in for our Uru avatar. Woohoo! So, now the question is, what are we going to do with this guy? Well, we're not going to do much of anything with him. He is literally a dummy avatar, but I'm going to set him to the ground page just in case we need him to export for any reason. Yeah, so our cursor is right here at the bottom at 0, 0, 0, 0, and so we're going to go to create. Now, this is going to seem kind of weird because for what I'm going to be doing. It'll make sense in a little bit, but for starters, instead of making a flat ground terrain, we're going to create a cylindrical mesh. And look at that. We now have a cylindrical mesh. I'm going to hit Tab, which will set it into edit mode. And then I'm going to hit S to scale, and I'm going to drag it out. And yeah, let's see here. You know what? Something's not right here. Let's switch to boop. Boop, where is it? Display. Come on, where is it? Aha! Backface culling. Doesn't do anything for the outside, but it does something for the inside. But that doesn't matter because tools, and actually we're going to go to shading UVs, and we're going to flip the directions of our mesh. Woohoo! Now we have an inverted cylinder, which we can continue to scale out with S until we have a roughly cylindrically shaped room. Now you might be asking yourself, Cal, why did you just make a big giant cylinder for? Well, the thing is, this is the Lincoln point. Well, it will be. It's not yet, but it will be the Lincoln point. So I'm gonna take this little spark of a lamp here that they gave us to begin with. It's gonna go to ground, and I'm gonna mess with this. This is actually, to start with, I'm gonna drag this way up into the sky, and I'm gonna turn this into a sun lamp. And you know what? That'll make for a nice angle anyways. So yeah, that angle is the light that the sunlight is gonna come in through. I'm just going to set this up way up here. I'm going to set this to 2. Yeah. No, actually a 1. Yeah, 1 will do. Power fall off is I'm going to set this to 100. Oh, it goes to 50. Okay, fade distance. 100? What is... Okay, goes to 100 at fade distance. Okay. So we have a sun, we have a box, and we have an avatar. It's a dummy proxy. Woohoo! We're moving along. Hi, Wonk. Yes, what did I make the giant cylinder for? So, yeah, Touchstone is, Touchstone is an age that I had an idea for on the trip back from Mysterium. It is... So, you'll see it in a bit, but basically the idea I had is the maintainer's version of Minkata. So, think Garrison, but Minkata as the generic idea for it. So yeah, so we've got a big old cylinder. Now I'm going to go back to the cylinder. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to select... Down here at the bottom, I'm going to select the face plane rather than than what it was. It was just vertexes. Then you have edges, but yeah, we have for the moment. Now I'm going to hit the E key, which is for extrude. Woo! Yeah, now we have a big ol'. Now we drop the floor out from underneath. Minkreason, yes, that's a good one. Now you might be thinking, oh boy, now I've just made things difficult for myself. Now I have to do something with my floor again. Well, that's where I'm going to do duplicate. I'm gonna hit my right click so it recenters, and then I'm just gonna drag this up roughly back to the thing, and then here comes the fun part. I'm going to hit P, which is separate, and I'm going to make it by selection. And now we have our cylinder Great Floor. And yes, I did spell it Great Floor for a reason, because that is going to be a metal gate once we get to texturing everything. So yeah, this is going to be a big old giant. This is basically the equivalent of the well in Garrison where you arrive, except it's oddly a cylinder instead of anything else, which is a little weird. Anyway, we're going back to the main object here, which is our big old floor here, and I'm going to just extrude it upwards again. Woo! But I'm going to shrink it down slightly. Yeah, that'll do. And I need to activate this object anyways. Cylinder, ground, etc., etc. Okay, so now I'm going to do something that I really don't like doing this early on, but it's going to be necessary for what we're going to be doing, which is triangulate. Woohoo! Now we've got it all fancy and triangulated, and woohoo! It's a big old thing. It doesn't look very pretty, but it's not supposed to, because I'm going to now go into my knife tool. I'm going to grab a vertex here, and I'm just going to kind of generally do a zigzag here, and I'm just going to do something a little bit wonky. I don't know which of these I'm going to use, but I'm going to, yeah. So basically we've got this sort of mess. Now, you might be wondering, why do I want to have a big giant mess like this in this corner? Well, I'm going to select a couple faces here. No, not quite. I want to do this, I think. So yeah, I'm going to select this bit here. I'm just going to ignore my washer for the moment because it just needs to go in the dryer. Anyway, I'm going to select this bit here, and I'm just going to hit the delete key, and I'm going to hit faces. And now we have a big giant hole in the ceiling. Why? So now we can grab, so we're going to switch to edges now, down here, edges. I'm going to select, if it'll let me, select, and I'm hitting the shift key to select multiple edges at the same time. Doop, doop. An easier way to do that is to select a line and then do control. I'll just go along the line, but that sometimes will automatically go in a weird direction. Now I'm just gonna hit E, and I'm gonna extrude it upwards. I'm gonna hit S, and this time I'm going to hit X afterwards, and it'll shrink it on the X-axis only. Now we've got a big giant hole in our ceiling that I'm now going to hit E again, and then I'm going to SX and square it out again, and SY, and scrunch it that way. Now we've got a big giant hole in our ceiling that should cast some lovely light rays when we have our sunlight come through. What do you think? Sure, Redwood. Welcome to Garrison. If you suffer from motion sickness, we're sorry. Yes, hello, Redwood World. We are building a brand new age that I am tentatively calling Touchstone. It is going to be sequence prefix 624. Touchstone is just a temporary name. And speaking of, I need to go File, Save As, and make sure that I do not lose any of this. So I'm going to call this Touchstone 624. And that is going to be my blend file name. So now we have all this work saved. Woohoo! Always save your work, sometimes in multiple files. Yeah, for sunlight. It is going to be sorely needed in this place, I want. Oh. Hey, I am hoping that this stream version of For Korman For Beginners will be very, very helpful for folks. More so than my YouTube streams or my YouTube videos, because I kind of jump around and I edit a whole lot in those, so I kind of skipped a lot of the boring stuff. So I'm hoping these Twitch streams rather will be a way for folks to, yes, I am going to archive it on YouTube afterwards, Wonk. I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. It will be there, it's there going to be there for the VOD viewers, but I will repeat it here. I am going to be saving these videos after they're done and upload them to YouTube instead of just filming piecemeal, editing it together, and then uploading it. I'm just gonna be honest, that got really, really tedious, and I had so many episodes I did filming for that I just never got around to finishing editing, and I just feel really guilty about that. So I'm just cutting out the middleman of the editing process, and I'm just streaming it live for folks. This is where I wish I had a little avatar on screen so you could see the motions I'm making, but I don't have one of those ready yet, so we will just have to cope. I'm doing so many hand motions. Okay, so we've got our generic little room cylinder. Now comes the important part. I'm going to save this, and I'm actually going to close it down because we're going to do something different for the moment. I'm going to go up to Blender again. Boop. Here we are, Blender. What are we doing with Blender? I'm going to go to my Garrison blend file, actually, in a moment. File, open, let's see here. Where is Garrison? Garrison, come on. Where is it? Garrison Building 2, isolated. That's not what I want. Come on. Where did I save it? Where did I... Garrison. There it is. Garrison blend. So, we're opening Garrison, and this might take a minute because Garrison is a very big age. Yeah, we're focused in on actually a maintainer suit thing because that's where I last left it. So, where we are here is a Garrison suit room. You might be asking yourself, Cal, why are we in the Garrison suit room? Well, for starters, this is where I last saved the blend because I was poking around with the maintainer suit, refrigerator suit, and the maintainer suit chute, which gives you the maintainer chute. Yeah, VTuber avatar is definitely something that I am wanting to do. Actually, I can give you a quick little here. Hold on, let me move. No, that's up. I want to move that. Boop. Hey, it's a little static model. Woohoo, hoo, hoo, yeah. Woo! That's all the preview you're getting. I'm not even sure I'm going to use that model, but I digress. Yes, it is very nice. It's a Super Sentai Kamen Rider themed character model, but I designed it trying to figure out how I'm going to do slicing for animations, whatever. Anyway, that's a whole different topic. I'm in a whole different stream. Actually, I'm going to say that's another show. So yeah, I'm going to bring back up my text document here. Not that you can see it, but I'm going to go in and I need whoa, I accidentally zoomed way out. Yeah, when I said Garrison is a big giant age, I was not kidding. This is the interior model for Building 2. As you can see, it's not exactly quite where it should be, but that doesn't matter because Garrison is a whole bunch of things all lined up in a way. Oh, that's how they handle that's how they did the beams, the light sprites. That's cute. Not what I'm looking for though. So I'm gonna go here to my various objects here. So like, is this really? Wait, hold on. Seriously, this is. Hold on. Let me view this object. Wow, this is the maintainer helmet, but it's seriously called Box 02.002. Yeah, so I'm just going to add that to, yeah. So basically, I'm just going to go through this, and I'm going to select, Wow, what an unimaginative name, Cyan. I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to select the various bits and bobs here of various objects, and I'm noting them down so that way, so that way I can then later export, or I can rather do importing to, Jesus, wow, Cyan, lines and planes. I am renaming these. I'm going to rename these to something more descriptive. But yeah, I'm basically going through this, and I am, that clearly started as that's clearly a cylinder, Cyan. I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to select all of these objects, and I'm going to be essentially, saving their file names, so that way I can then go in with an import with the ZLZ importer, and a properly named thing. The reason that I'm actually doing part of this instead of just, obviously because I need to know what objects I'm doing rather than just having both windows open at the same time, is, let me put it this way. When you import an object through, Blender into a new age file, it will very often, more than not, take along everything with it. So like you see here, Team Room 01, Soft Region Union, this modifier for the visibility set. Yeah, that's gonna come with, and I don't want it to come with into my age, because when you have issues like that, you end up with orphan objects, and it's a real pain in the butt when you're exporting, because yeah, it is literally oops, nope, no, escape. Yeah. It's literally a huge pain in the butt when you're trying to import one little object from your age, and then when you import it, it actually imports like half the rest of the age because they're all linked through some particular object you didn't realize they're linked to, and then you wind up with half of Eder Nabry stuck in a different age, which is not where it needs to be. Yes, I am speaking from experience. Well, anyway, yeah, there's a maintainer suit, and let's see here. Oh boy, is this decorative stuff really gonna be worth it for this? Let's see here. Oh. That's actually fairly all one piece there. Yeah, you know what? I think panel light face. Boop. Panel light face 2. Boop. And then comes the difficult part. Let's see here. What are these lights going to be called? Let's see. We got panel light. Come on. Panel light. Oh, these are all going to have a whole bunch of things. They're going to have 001s. Oh, no. Yeah, Redwood, they had so many things to make that I'm pretty sure that it got tired coming up with individual names. Although, there are many things that do have individual names. I'm just going to say that Descent has so many dick jokes in it. You would not believe how many dick jokes are in the various bits and the names in Descent. It's just, I mean, it's literally called The Great Shaft. The puns write themselves. I'm not showing that on stream. No. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to assume that all of these are 001s here. Yep, panel light 0. Yep, panel light 01 through 04, 001, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to assume that you are panel light, panel light 7, this goes all the way to panel light 8. Okay, that makes it easier. Panel light 1 through 8.001. That is, thank you, Cyan. That is going to be very handy. Let's see, what is this thing? Floor grate. Will this crash me if I try to view the material? Oh, Blender is kind of hitching. Blender is hitching a little. If you die of laughter, I will try to resurrect you, Wonk, with some soul gems. Yeah. Oops. Well, that doesn't work, because you want to know why? Why is that set like that? What's... never mind. Never mind that. I'm just going to, That's got the floor grate texture I want, though. I will probably use that. So I'm just going to copy floor grate 03001 into my text document. Okay, so that is one piece of Garrison architecture I want to copy. Let's see what we got here. We've got pipe 01, pipe 03, pipe 04. Is there a pipe 02? There's pipe 05, pipe 07, pipe 8, pipe 9, pipe 10. Pipes. Pipes. Like capsule pipe. No, I'm not going to do pipes. The refrigerator suit. I already have a refrigerator suit somewhere, so I will just import that from that. We do not need the refrigerator suit. What else do we got here? Let's see, what else do I need from the wall here with the stall? What do we got here? Whoop. Oh, that is a whole lot of floor I do not need. Nope. What's about this? Whoop. Nope. Oop. Nope. Nope. Okay. Yep. Okay, just leaving that alone. Next thing on the agenda that I need, actually, for this is, click, clack, the door. Oh, yeah. Look at this thing. It's got an animation to it. That is potentially going to be very, very annoying to import over. Oh, I am literally just going to have to go through every single bit here, and I'm just going to have to copy their names over to my text document. No, Task Manager, I do not need you online at the moment. But yeah, I'm just going to go through this same whole process with the control room doors here. Because I need them for what we're going to be doing. Because this is going to be our main entrance to the age. No, I don't want that. Okay, those knobs are part of that. Okay. Boop. That's the lower door. Boop. Now, another thing you might be asking yourself is, Cal, why are you only focusing on this one specific room and this one specific door? And, frankly, it's because it's where I am at the moment, and I don't want to go dragging myself all over Garrison to find a different one. But also, I am pretty dang sure that this is the one that is closest to the 0 point, and it is not facing, it is not facing an odd angle, so when I hopefully import it, it will, hopefully come in at the right angle to be usable without me having to fuss with it. In case it doesn't, I am going to have a very rough time of this. But I'm I'm not going to fuss about that at the exact moment, because I am in the middle of sourcing everything, and sourcing everything comes first. No, task manager, please do not keep coming up on me. Okay. Let's see here. This. Aha! There's the frame for our airlock door. Just what I need. Document. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so when importing animatable items, sometimes I can copy the animations, and sometimes I have to rebuild from scratch. So this is for a bit of a spoiler for the overflow station, which is still a work in progress. It has maintainer chutes in it, which is why I was focusing on the maintainer chutes when we first came in here. I needed 2 maintainer chutes. I only imported 1. Every time, but here's the thing. The way that the animations for the maintainer chutes were done, they're up and down animations, but they're fixed to the specific origin point that they were animated at. They were not parented to a single object that was then the origin point for all of their animations. I had to import the chute. Every time I imported the chute and I tried to move it to a new location, it looked like it would work fine. I upped and downed, everything looked fine and dandy. And then I exported, and the dang thing jumped back to its original place. And sometimes, not even that, sometimes it would scatter itself across the age. So what I had to do is I had to import what I'm going to have to do is the same thing you're going to see me do here. I'm going to have to import all of the objects, and I'm going to import them into a new age file first and foremost, so that I have all of these objects standalone. Then I'm going to have to edit them to get rid of these little guys, these region modifiers. You see me toggling that? I'm gonna have to edit them to get rid of the region modifiers, because, yeah, that's going to be annoying to deal with otherwise. What is this here? This is, save points. Yeah, what you're seeing, what these are exclusion regions, safe points, on either side of them. I don't believe I'm going to need them, if only because if I do need them, I'm going to make them again from scratch. So we're not going to worry about that. While I'm at it, wow, okay, that is, I was not expecting those lamps to actually be part of the wall. I'm going to be honest. With how they're everywhere like that, I was, let me look at the geometry being on the link here. Oh my gosh, Cyan. You made starfishes out of them. You made starfishes out of that. Was that necessary? Was that really necessary? You could have just made a flat wall and then made the light details an extra. You know what? I'm going to copy this one too. I want to play around with this. I like this geometry. I am going to, I'm going to use that room geometry maybe. Is there anything else I am going to use from this area? And I'm gonna say, no, that is enough for now. So I'm going to close out of Blender again. No, I do not want to save changes. Boop, 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 boop. Open in Blender again. Da, da, da. So I'm gonna just, here we are, brand new H file. Korman, file, and I'm going to hit append. I'm gonna go back to Pod Concept Revisit. I'm going to go to Garrison. I'm going to go to Objects. It's going to take a moment to load everything because, oh my god, there's a lot here. So I'm going to start by going down my list, basically, I'm going to try and do this roughly alphabetical, but I did not import them all alphabetical, so they're out of order on my text. Here, let me actually show you how out of order this is. Text box. Woo! That is way out of order as far as alphabetical order is concerned. These are all the objects I'm going to have to select and import into here to do some editing to them. Yeah, was that necessary? Yeah, was that necessary? Again, moment from Cyan. So, here's the thing. Cyan was not opposed to copying their own work and reusing it if it was a stylistic asset. And honestly, there's a lot of things in Uru that you'd be surprised share a lot of geometrical origins. Just for the most obvious example, all the messenger pubs, or not the messenger pubs, all of the guild pubs share that same restoration pub architectural style, which is copy-pasted geometry. The hoods, obviously, are a lot of, MB01, the neighborhood, that is obviously then copied and flipped mirrored for MB02, Corel. Yeah. This whole process of copying things from Garrison is really giving Gen vibes. Yeah, it's not really stealing so much as doing what Cyan did themselves. They're reusing assets that they have available for them. That said, I am going to have to mention in the credits what objects I used when I and modified when I built out the credits file for Touchstone. So yeah, that's going to be a thing that you're going to see me add. All of these. I'm going to have to add all of those to my list of things that I'm importing. Okay, now to do the tedious process of clicking a bunch of things. So we're going to start with box 02002 box. Bell seg. You're going to wonder what all these bell seg bits are. Those are the maintainer chute parts. Or at least some of them. Bell seg is bell segment. I don't know why it's... Then you have black for, I'm assuming... black and white. What you're going to see is in Garrison, where you have yellow and purple. Originally, Cyan was calling them black and white, which, it was a chess thing. It was a chess thing. Like, the North team, the South team, one was black, one was white. It was a chess theme. But then they changed it to yellow-purple, but they never updated any of the model names. So, Garrison has a bunch of things with black and white at the start of their names, but those are actually referring to the yellow and purple teams. It's the development process. Sometimes you don't need to go back in and rename all of your objects. So where is... Yeah, black room, yellow book, black room, yellow wall decal. You'll see purple wall decal. They kept the room names the same, but they added the colors to the specific decals. Which, let's see. Bolt. Okay, here we are, finally, in the BOs. Box 02, and I'm looking for 002. Okay, we have Bolt 2002. Now comes the hard part. Cylinder 07. I'm going to have to do this manually now, because I have an object I don't want to lose. Okay, cylinder. And this is cylinder 08 and cylinder 06. 6. Ooh, I gotta hit Shift to select them. Shift. And I hope I didn't lose the helmet. I'll have to come back for it later if I did, though. Okay, so... While I'm here, control room. Ah, here's all the control room door stuff. Okay, I'm looking for control room door... upper... Yeah. There are a lot of doors in Garrison. Control room door. I'm looking for... lower 5 and lower 6. So lower 5, lower 6. Control room door upper. I'm looking for 03. Looking for control room door frame 02. Look how separated all those are. That's a lot. And then I'm going to look for control room door bolt. Control room door bolt. Control room door bolts. Here are the bolts. Oh boy, that's a lot of bolts. Control room bolt A, and I'm looking for 3, 5. Wow, how about that? 3, 5, and 6. And then I'm looking for... Wait, no. No. I'm looking... I don't... No! And I just lost everything. Okay, screw it. I'm doing it piecemeal. Which is what I should have done in the first place. Okay, let's go back to box 0202. And look at all that stuff that got imported when I brought in box 0202. Man, that's a whole lot of stuff. Yep, okay. File, append. Back to Garrison. Okay, so, control room. I'm looking for the door bolts again. I'm looking for, okay, door bolt A, B, and C. I'm looking for, why do they all have to be in different names? Control door bolt A5 and bolt A6. And I'm looking for B5 and B6. And then I'm looking for control room bolt C6 and C5. Oh, look, we're getting a whole lot more. Oh. Look, I got part of my door. I got my doors. Wow, I got my doors. I got my door segments because they're parented and they're linked. Oh, yeah, baby, we're in business. And now let me just scroll through the timeline here and make sure the animation. Click, clank, clunk, Where does it not have a... It doesn't have a close animation. It just plays it in reverse. Wow, I did not... That is interesting. I did not realize that it... But yeah, you see how there's all of this junk floating around now? All of these little region things. Yeah. This is what I mean by cleanup. And getting rid of these things. Okay, but I did all of the bolts. I've got the uppers. Let me make sure I mark off the things that I've done with italics. Okay. Key symbol decal. More objects. File. Append. This is the kind of tedious stuff that I cut out normally in my editing process for the videos, by the way. I hope it's not too boring. Okay, so we're looking for... cylinder. We're looking for cylinder 8 and 6. Cylinder 6 and 8. for cylinder 5 and 7. Okay, glad those are all right next to each other. Arms and feet. Woohoo! Boots. File. Append. Okay, next I'm looking for is... oh, control room frame. I forgot the door frame. Control room door frame. Control room door frame 0002. And there's my door frame. Woohoo! Okay, but just so we're looking at it. See, I grabbed the wrong one. See, I grabbed the one that was slightly adjacent. I should have grabbed this one, the ones that were over here in this area. I should have found out where my angle was, but I didn't, which means I am going to have to, rather than fuss with removing the animations from the doors, I'm just going to move all my stuff at my 0 point over to where the Garrison doors are, because I screwed up, and I don't want to have to deal with redoing that animation. It's going to be hard enough just getting rid of all of these stupid regions. Ugh. Later, Wonk. Yeah, I mean, it's not boring. I mean, well, it's kind of tedious, I guess, in a repetitive, monotonous sort of way. But this is part of age work. I am starting off with the assets that I know I'm going to need in the age, which are very, very few. So, file, append, which, comparatively to the main age, what I'm borrowing here from Garrison are very, very small things. Yeah, okay. Okay, so next ones I need to do are plane and pack. So I'm going to go down to the P's. LMNO. Nope, wait, oh, I'm at the mudroom. Hold on. Mudroom, main, west, southwest. I should have known. Mudroom, main. Yeah, look at how they named these. They named these after the directions. So I'm looking for west. Mudroom. West, southwest. Woohoo! Now I have a room, which I'm going to have to do things with. Eventually. Maybe. We will see. I am not quite sure I'm going to even use this thing. So, yeah. But it's here, if I need it. At the very least, for material textures. Okay, append. Now I need to do the right, planes and panels. Here we are, the planes of planes. Sometimes you just need to have a room sitting in a document just for moral support. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking for plane. I'm looking for panel. I'm looking for, yeah, hold on while I'm here. Plane. Where's plane? Plane 06 and 05. And then I'm going to scroll. I'm looking for pack and panels. Panel light. There we are. Panel lights. Panel lights. Panel lights. I'm looking for stall panel light face. Panel light 01 through 08. Panel light 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08. You know what? Yeah, I think it only went up to 8. Did it go up to 8? Well, if it only went up to 8, then it doesn't matter. Oh, hey, look, most of my suit came through this time. Or was that? Oh, no, I screwed up. I imported the wrong panel lights. Look at them over here. Arrgh. Oh. Yeah, I missed that it was panel light 001 I needed. Frick, file, append. This is the kind of the silly stuff that just happens while you're, Ooh, key symbol. I need plane. Panel. I need key symbol, decal. 02. What object is this? Huh. Key symbol. Did that import? Key. Weird, that didn't want to import. Oh well. And right. Panel. Dang you, panel lights. Yeah. Oop, hold on, pack. What is my pack that I need? I need pack 01. Okay. I need panel light. The 01 point. I need the 001s. Pack. Okay. I've got panel lights. Do I need anything else? I'm going to say no for the moment. Whoa! Don't know how my camera got upside down like that. Yay, there's my panel lights. Woohoo! Now I just need to get the hands and the things that go behind them. File, append. E, F, G, H, 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 E, H. Hand 04 and hand 03. Oh, lovely. They're the only hands I actually need. Sometimes the puns just write themselves. I'm sorry. Sometimes the hands just write them. Sometimes the pawns just hand themselves to you. Oh, the things I say. The things I say. Okay, file, pen. Just make sure I knock off the hands and the packs. Okay, what am I still missing? I'm missing... Okay, F. E, F, G. Okay, F. I'm looking for floor. Frankenswitch! Love those Frankenswitches. Probably gonna need those at some point, but not for this age. Floor! Here we are. Floor. Great. 03.001. Boop. Checking my list. I think the only things I have left to import in are line 03 and line 04. Okay. Append. Line, link. Lights. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, I, G, G. Line. There we go. There are my lines. I'm looking for line 3 and 4. And lovely. There's my entire maintainer suit. And now I'm going to go, whoops, hold on. I've got my clipping up way too low. Start. I'm just going to tag a couple extra zeros onto there. There, now we can scroll around to our heart's content. Okay, so. Okay, I'm going to save this before I forget to, because that is what I need to do. Save. This is Garrison Door and Suit Nonsense. It really doesn't matter what I name these things, but sometimes you just gotta name them as something descriptive so you can find them later. Seriously? Line? Okay. Now, I'm gonna go... So, first things first, I'm going to rename this Maintainer Helmet. Maintainer Suit Left. Maintainer Suit Right. Oop, did I keep the caps consistent between those? No, I did not. Does not matter. Shoulder Left. Shoulder Right. The OCD in me is going to bug me, though. Maintainer Suit Left. Had that completely backwards. Right. MS Glove Left. MS Glove Right. Boot Right. Boot Left. Hand R. Hand L. Okay. So I'm purging these objects, hopefully, of their various things, and I'm hoping that it will see how there's all this hidden data on them. Like, I just click this and it adds all that other stuff. That is what's going to kill us on re-import, because Yeah, that's what's going to bring along all of that other extra stuff that we don't want. Oh, oop. Do this correctly. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Suit, doop, doop, pack. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, I've removed all of those. Woohoo! Now to do that for all the rest of this. Doop. Yeah, see how it just keeps re-adding all that stuff? Which I don't want it to add. That is just the most annoying thing about all this importing from Cyan, because it's like, or actually just importing in general, is because when you have linked data like this, it's going to completely relink it if you're not careful, and it's going to bring over a whole bunch of stuff you don't want it to be bringing over. Seriously. Whoa, and now look, it's got a blending pass modifier that wasn't there before. Oh. Well, I don't care about the blending pass modifier for the moment. Okay. Boop. Oh, yep, there's all of our hidden animation data. Get rid of the mudroom, though. Boop. Yep. Why are you hiding that, Korman? Or rather, what did Cyan do to hide that, I wonder? Anyway. Just getting rid of the visibility sets, because those are annoying to deal with. Okay, so we got you. I think all that's left are you. Oop. Boop. 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 And to anyone watching this who thinks, man, this sure is a lot of busy work before we actually get to building the age, you're right. This is a lot of busy work. I could theoretically just build out a lot of the age before I do all this importing. But yeah, I want to make sure that I have all of this, I want to make sure that I have all this done correctly. I'm just going to get delete, 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 delete. And some of these are going to be multiplied over because, guess what? I did multiple imports, so of course it brought over multiple versions of the object because it couldn't detect that it already imported in an version of the object. So yeah, you're going to see a bunch of that. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I still got a bunch of stuff over here. And you know what? I don't need these over here. Another thing you'll notice is that every time I select one of these dang things, their origin point is like way over at 0. Yeah, I don't know why they're like that. But that... Oh, nope. I did forget to import 2 very important things. I forgot to import stall panel light face and stall panel light face 02. yeah, what those big regions that I'm deleting Redwood are, those are Cyan's equivalent to Viz regions in some regard. I'm not exactly but there are a weird different version called exclude regions, which basically work kind of the opposite in that they hide stuff that's behind them, but it's not like Viz regions. I guess I don't really understand how they work, to be honest. I really, but yeah, some of this stuff is just not needed, and more to the point, it actually causes issues when you mess with them, because I tried designing a hood game room area. When I first imported a staircase over, when I first imported some geometry over, I didn't delete any of that stuff, and so when I was walking around, things were just vanishing, even though they weren't supposed to, and it was just like, why? Why indeed? Okay, so right before I forget, and yeah, I probably would. Okay, append. We're going back to Garrison, and we are looking for stall. ST element QRS. SFX. I want. No, SFX comes before STAL. There's a lot of SFX file triggers in here. All of these region doors. Woohoo! SP. I have no idea what these SP draws are, what these SPs are, because I did not look at them. And I'm not going to mess with them. Spheres! I bet you those are those little portal core looking things. Probably. Potentially. Star dummy speakers, star. And I'm looking for task manager. No, I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for stall panel. Right, there we are. There's stall panel. I'm looking for stall panel, light face, and 02. Yahoo! And now we've got more of that junk to get rid of. Light map texture. Nope, I do not need light map textures because this is going to have its own original lighting. That reminds me, before I go and I get rid of everything, I'm going to have to go through all these, and I'm going to have to delete the coal and alpha because if I don't do that, then these things are just going to look like they came straight from Garrison and continue to look like they're straight from Garrison no matter what I do to change them. So, yeah. There's another one of those. Delete. Okay. So yeah, so like if I come here and you'll see this thing. Let me go material. Oop. Hey, look, it's a big ol' thing. Let me go find that light. Let me go find that lamp light. Here we go. Yeah, let's just yoink you down below. I'm going to turn you into a... Actually, no, I'm just going to take you up there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so if we go in here, and I go to... texture, no, material view. Anyway, you'll see here that there's, like... The heck? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, you'll see that there's, like, all this lighting stuff that's baked on here, right? If I just exported these objects like the way they are now, yeah, they would just continue to look like they were naturally in, they were still in Garrison. So, I'm just going to be going through, all of these objects that I just painstakingly imported, and I'm just going to strip out the coal and the alpha, because I don't need them to carry over, because if they carry over, they're going to make it look like it's still in Garrison, and we don't want it to look like it's in Garrison. We want them to look like they're from the same production place as Garrison, but we don't want them to actually look. Actually, you know what? I think I can just go material. Yeah, see? There we go. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, there's something going on with the texturing on these because... Wow. Oh, I guess those are supposed to be metal. I don't know. Those certainly don't have the textures on them I was expecting them to have. Anyway, doesn't matter. Boop. Looking for call. Boop, boop. 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 Doop. 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 Okay. Now to check on these important things. Ugh. Door. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Okay. Right then. Okay. I think I have done everything except deal with you guys. Okay, so if I go back to solid, you'll see that there's some yellow here on these. Yellow means that ZLZ, when I imported Garrison originally, failed to rotate the textures properly. So I'm going to go tab, and I'm going to select whatever thing this is. Okay, so, yep, I want this. Oop, nope, 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 nope. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out a new version here, and I'm going to go to my UV image editor. What texture is this, by the way? Map. Huh, that's not the texture I was expecting for it. But, okay, so this is map. Oh, rather, this is NB redesign. There we go. And then I'm going to So yeah, this is now what our, this is why it looks weird. It's stretched out over in the wrong direction. I'm going to open up a new tool window here. I'm going to hit A to select all of them, and then I'm just going to rotate it. And I hit the top one there, and I'm going to hope I remember that I hit the top. Okay, and then I'm going to go to material. Yeah, that didn't seem to do much, but... That is a very weird texture design choice there, Cyan. I'm not quite sure what you were trying to do there, but, yeah. Okay. Whoops. Then I need to go NB01 redesign. Oop. Nope, 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 nope. I screwed up. I didn't grab all of these. Now NB01. Rotate. And just try to roughly line that up as best as I can. Okay, perfect. And now I can go back to our material for this, and I can change its yellow color back to white. And now I can hit save. There we go. Looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Okay, so then, now, it's time to do all of that again, but for Touchstone. I'm going to close, and I'm going to open Blender again. This time I'm going to go to Touchstone. Woohoo! Okay, File, Append, and I'm going to go to the Grayson Doors and Suit Object nonsense. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, look, it's still got the Entry Hall soft region stuff saved in here, so I'm going to have to be careful not to grab any of that. Floor grate, Eldar. Nope, I don't want the lamp. Helmet, MS suit, glove. Pack. Okay, so now if I've done everything correctly, when I import this, I will not get any of this extraneous stuff. Fingers crossed. Nope. All of my stupid extraneous stuff came over. I must have missed something. At least it didn't bring over too much. Yeah, at least it didn't bring over too much. Yeah, everything looks, everything looks mostly intact. Okay. I still do not see the key texture. Key? Huh. Key symbol decal, where are you? Oh. That's why I couldn't find the dang thing. Doop, doop, doop. It's under the floor. Why is it under the floor? Do you not have a parent object? Nope. Okay, well. Anyway. Okay. Deep breath. Exhale. And then I'm going to go to orphan data. Come on, let me see everything. Brushes. I'm going to purge all. Purge. There we go. Okay. Current scene. Save. Now then. Let's move our room over. And I'm going to grab our avatar, our camera, and our sun. Okay. So this is currently set to our median point rather than active element. So it's going, so our grab point's going to be somewhere in the middle here because it's got to include the sun, and it's got to include that, and it's got to include median point stuff. Yeah, so okay, and now comes the fun part, cutting a hole in a geometry. But also, there's another way we can do this, which is set it to the 3D cursor. So, if I set the 3D cursor here, whoop, look, now I'm grabbing it from the 3D cursor. Ooh, yeah, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Is there a... Okay. Tab. Tab. Come on. Oh, I can't do that on multiple objects. I have to actually select the actual object. Yep. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. So, we're going to do the knife project again. We're going to grab there. I'm going to slide across to there. Knife. There. Okay. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay. Thinking I'm just going to go grab, grab, delete. Yeah, that works. Grab you, set that to active element. I want to stretch that forward. Stretch that a little. Now I'm just going to try and do my best to match this to the cyan geometry. Yeah, there we go. And then because I don't like overlap, boom, 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 boom. I did say this was going to be a roughly cylindrical room, didn't I? Yeah, I said it was going to be a roughly cylindrical room, not that it was going to be an exactly cylindrical room. There's probably going to be gaps here because I'm not being extremely careful about it, but... Okay. Now I got to lower this bit. Okay, if I lower that. Okay, let's grab that. No, I gotta grab this point. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Okay. I think then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a couple random vertex points here, punch them in a bit, give it a bit more of a roughed up room vibe. Make it feel like this is a little more hewn out of the rock face, you know? And it's not so perfectly cylindrical. Okay. Now comes from the fun part. I select everything, and then I hit triangulate. Woo! Now all my faces should be nice and pretty and fixed in position. Now, how's this going to look if I switch to material? Absolutely horrid, because, yeah. Let's check out our animation, see how this looks. Yes, I need to adjust the rock face here, because the door is going to punch through. How unfortunate for it. Let's grab you, and you, bring you forward. Grab you, bring you forward, grab you, bring you back. There we go. That should now nicely prevent the door from clipping through. So yeah, now we got this basic room here. It's time to start actually making this look a little bit more presentable, shall we? So this is link in an arrival chamber. What do I want to name this? What do I want to name this? I'm thinking I'm going to call this orientation room. I'm going to create a new material. Hewn rock. And now, I think you should call it plane 07. I'm taking off my glasses. I'm raising both of my hands. Facepalm, X2 combo. Ow, that actually stung a little. Ow, what did I just do that for? Okay, anyway, so, window capture. Let me turn that on. Properties. I want File Explorer. Okay. Now we have our File Explorer here. No. You're fine. Don't leave. You're fine. Get this out of the way of the chat there. Okay, so we've done all that hard work. So now what we need to do is get a texture for it. And fortunately, I have a vast supply of textures. Woo! Yay! These all came from Cyan. They had a texture repository that we had to oh my god, we had to do so much to get that ready for public access. I think it's available through one of the GitHub repos. I know the OpenUru Foundry has a web browser version that you can just cycle through all the things through. I think I've linked that in one of my previous tutorials. Anyway, we're not going to directly go through these, 'cause I think I already have the textures in here that I want. DSCN, Arcana, Xcol, Flatbone, Gira, Garisen. Here we go, Garisen. Let's see. Looking for Garisen Stone 3. Garisen Stone 3. I want, yeah. Okay, so if I now, I'll go here. I'm going to create a new texture. Garisen Stone 3. That's just for my new image. This is image or movie. Okay. New. Oh, open. Okay, I want open, not. My brain for a moment. That was yeah, Garrison. Stone 3. Yahoo! Okay, now I'm going to set this to shadeless. It doesn't look very pretty at the moment because I need to go T, select all faces, and I need to hit unwrap. It also does not look very pretty. But while I'm thinking on it, I'm going to go and create a new text document. Credit. I'm just going to objects used from Garrison. Boom. There we go. Now we got all of my objects used from Garrison, vcol, and alpha removed. Linkages removed. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, now I'm going to set this to the UV image editor. And this is what our UV map for our little thing here looks like. Looks absolutely abysmal. Garrison Stone 3. Okay. Look at that. That's trying to fit all of that detail and across all of that. That's just... yeah, okay. So, one thing I can do here is try to stretch this out with the S plus X, but that doesn't quite look as nice either. So, I'm just going to do Cube Project. No, Cylinder Project. No, that looks even worse. Project from View. Ugh. Unwrap. Smart UV Project. There we go. There we go. We've got our Smart UV Project here. I'm just going to stretch that until that, there we go, lines up roughly. Okay, now then, let me select faces for you and you, you and you, you and you and you. Okay. You, and you. Okay. Oh, now comes the tricky part, getting this to line up properly. I'm going to have to do this one little bit at a time, and I'm going to have to, first and foremost, figure out which of these is actually the one I'm needing to alter. Nope. That means it's you. I gotta mess with you. Okay, so if I just doop, 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 boop, boop, boop. There we go. Texture scene doctoring. Whee! Did you ever think this was something that you'd have to do for 3D modeling? As I sure didn't. Not when I started. Okay. Okay. Well, this is where things are not lining up right. Okay, come on. Where's... There we go. And now we have... Oop. Well, that almost works. Except we still have a bunch of places where the textures don't line up still. Ah. Tab. Okay. Yeah. But you know what? This is going to be enough for me for the moment. I'm obviously going to come back in here and fix all of this later, but for a simple starting point... Okay, I'm going to set this back from shadeless. Woo. Now then, I'm going to go to my stun. I'm going to change this to, there we go. It's a little more bright. I'm going to create a light group. Now, light groups are things that the age takes to say, hey, here is a thing that will affect the lighting in this area. Here is a thing that will affect things that textures that say they are bound to this light group. So if I say this is outdoors sun, then it'll affect everything with the outdoors sun. But if I add a new one and I say indoors shadows, come on, indoor shadows, had to hit the plus instead of add to group because it's being picky. Okay, so if I go to here, and I go to our texture, and I set this to interior shadows. We don't have any change because we only have the one light, so that's fine. I'm now going to get, now you notice that it's a little weird looking. It's a little jaggedy edged looking. That's because it's on flat smoothing. So here's smooth. Woo. If I go to flat, it just kind of makes it all even. Smooth. And you can kind of see the vision there with the light coming through the ceiling, right? Well, I need to go through this, and I need to go do my shadows. Shadow only, cast buffer, shadow, save, cast. So my sun is probably not at the best angle for this. I'm going to bring my sun over, and yeah, something's not quite the right angle for this. I'm going to turn off backface culling so I can see the heck where my fissure is. Okay, so R and Y will let me rotate the angle of this. And then, if I've done it all right, light will appear to be coming through that gap in the ceiling, and it'll be coming in here, and yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to go now, I'm going to select the bottom of, no, I don't want that. I'm going to select the bottom of this. There we go. Now comes the fun part. I'm just going to extrude that down. I want that to be set more to my cursor set to median point. Yeah, there we go. And this is kind of the trick that I did with Eder Nabry with the canyon in the back. And it's just going to have to go way down. I'm going to hit these. Smart UV project. Actually, no, I'm going to do Q project there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for our nice dark pit. And then we're going to actually switch to solid. And we're going to go to vertex paint. We're going to go to wireframe vertex paint. Okay, so here's the trick that I did in Nabry to. So if you go to with this, you'll notice that we now have a col variable. Now that I've gone to vertex paint, it did not have a col variable before. Col is for color, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to paint over these vertices. And so that way, no matter what lighting I have in my edge here, that pit is going to look very dark at the bottom. Very, very dark. And yeah. I'm just going to go select these floors again. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to go scale that out a bit. And then I'm going to extend and shrink. Yeah, there we go. That looks more like a shadow. What do you think of that? Yeah. We're not going to be able to see the effects of this. Not directly, at least. Okay, later, Redwood. Take care. And I hope to see you later. Have fun. Have a good day. Rest of the day. Okay. Tab, object mode. I'm going to switch back to... Oh, hold on. While we're on the subject, you can see how it's kind of not rendering all of the lines in this wireframe form. If we hit wire and then draw all edges, yeah, now we'll see those at all times. If we go back to material, yeah, now we got the now we got the stuff. And I'm gonna do project. Now then, actually, while I'm on it, we have a UV map. I need to go in here, and I need to set this to that UV map. Otherwise, it's going to get very confused when we try to tell it what's going on. And because I shrunk those down, I now need to grab all of those and make those part of the cube project. Yeah, that'll work. Ooh, that's some funky cube mapping. Smart UV project. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Okay, now then. Control the animation back to close. There we go. Now then. Let's see here. Right, I want to go to you. You are my floor grate, so I'm going to want to create... Do I want to create a new one? No, because I have a floor grate texture, don't I? Yeah, I have you, which is M98. You've only got map. Yeah. That'll do. I want M89. Yeah, there we go. Had to get the right UV map name. Now, if I just stretch that out. That seems believable, I want to say. But it doesn't seem like it's light group, interior shadows. Not sure there. Well, at any rate, it is now time to actually try to go into this place. It's not much. It's a very rough chamber. That'll do for the moment as far as grading goes. Doesn't seem like it has any sight through it, though. It seems like it's a very blocked off texture. We will see. I may need to make an alpha version of that. Ugh. I see what's going on here. Alpha, it's got emit and alpha. Now it's giving me the white glare through the gaps, and that means we'll be able to see through it. Yay! Okay. While I'm on it, clip, I'm just going to tag a couple extra zeros on there. There we go. Okay, so we have our floor with our grading. Now I'm going to add a collision modifier. This is a flat plane, which cannot be a convex hull, so we're going to make it a triangle mesh. And then, the orientation room object is getting the same treatment. Triangle mesh. Make sure the gate port has terrain on it. Okay. Okay. Now then, I'm going to save. And I'm going to go to orphan data. And I'm going to purge all. Okay. All scenes. Current scene. I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. Right. Right. Camera needs to be turned on. And where the avatar is standing, I need to create an empty object. And this empty object is going to be called link in point default. Actually, I'm going to rename this first chamber to... I'm going to rename this first page to orientation room. This whole area that we've just built is now the orientation room. Okay. And now, we cross our fingers. We hope we've done everything right, and that this exports. Aborted after 0 seconds. You have objects and invalid pages. Right, okay. Okay. So, let's go Tools, Plasma, Select Objects, Default. Move to page, orientation room. Okay. I'm probably going to have to save now. Exit Blender. Sure, Zork player, I am creating a age for Mist Online Uru Live, and if everything goes correctly, we are going to export the age and visit it for the first time. Objects in invalid pages. All scenes. Okay, let's make sure I don't... Aha! I don't want the soft region, so I'm going to delete that. Okay. So, move that. But yeah, 3D modeling, that's what we're doing. What fun it is. What fun it is. Yeah. I'm going to try this again. Test age. Yep, okay. Okay. Orphan data. Purge all. I'm going to save. Close. Yeah, no, we're creating a new age for Mist Online. This is a brand new age that we are creating here. Is temporarily called Touchstone. Okay, now we have the export going off. So I'm going to make sure Uru is on. I'm going to turn Blender off. I'm going to turn Firefox off. There we go. Am I friends with who? I I don't know who you're talking about. By the way, Destiny Shard recently updated its formatting, so when you link in with Hulu client, it'll make sure it loads all the SDLs that are on the server to make sure everything's everything's in place. If we are lucky now, come on, make sure, if I did it, I hope I did everything right. This is not at all what I want. It's a black void. Something. Am I friends with Doobs? Yes, I am friends with Doobs. He is a good friend of mine, yes. Okay, I'm going to assume that what's going wrong here is that none of this is getting light. None of this is getting light. Oh, let me grab that. Ban that a bit. Turn off backface calling. That hole in the ceiling. Okay, yep. Just gonna grab. Oop, 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 oop. Okay. Going to have to do. I'm going to assume that my lighting settings are what's wrong here. Go back to here. My lighting. Energy. Power. Fall off distance. Really? It only goes to 5? Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to just create spot lamp. There we go. I'm going to set this spot lamp indoor shadows. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Distance. I'm going to make this 50. No, I need to make that 75. Yeah, that'll do. Then RY. Okay, backface calling. Okay. Okay. Let's turn you on. Ooh, did I even turn the sun on? Yes, I did. Okay, you are on. You are on. Yeah, a lot of people know Doobs. He's a very knowable person. Very knowable. Yeah. Okay. And then, because I'm paranoid, I did something wrong. Cylinder, tab S, and I'm going to scale that out. I'm going to boop. Control A. scale. I'm going to name you footstep region orientation. Okay. Footstep, footstep, footstep. And I'm going to set this to metal. Okay. Wire, wire, wire. Okay. This way, if I screw it up, at least I'll be able to screw up the lighting. At least I'll be able to hear it. There we go. There's your live. It takes a minute to update every single time because I can't just zip through it like I used to because they changed how the server setup is, so it downloads the SDLs every time to ensure that nothing goes wrong, which I appreciate. I am not Dubes. No, I am Harley. I am, I am Harley. So, yeah. Come on. Okay. Something is still not going right here. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Oh! My empty is not a spawn point. It was not set to be a spawn point. It's always the one modifier. It's always the one modifier that you need the most. It's the actual modifier that tells it, yes, this is a Lincoln point. So now if we test the age, we gotta sit through the dang loading screen again. It's always one thing. It's always one thing. If you're having trouble linking into your ages, folks, make sure your spawn point is set to active. And actually told to be scoop. What's the scoop with Dubes and his project? You'll have to be more clear because there's a couple of projects he's working on. Sure, a pinecone. Thank you. Whoa. Well, this is very bright. But we are in the age. Finally. Now, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting about this? This is the start of our age. We have our very roughed in room. We have a lot of stuff. Whew. I didn't interpret it as a sad face pinecone. I interpreted it as crying in joy. Shora, we are in the age. Finally, we are in the age. And my avatar is here. We have a floor. We have solid walls. Woohoo! We have solid walls. Yes, we do. Okay. Now there's... I remember what I'm missing now. I remember what I'm forgetting now. Yep. I remember indeed. I definitely remember what I'm forgetting now. We have a real... The big one we have going for forever. You mean Descent. I can say... all I can say is that, it's moved further along than I was aware it had. That's all I'm gonna say. I've not seen it on testing yet. But I am hoping that the next version will be along soon. I don't know how soon, but I'm hoping sometime this year. Anyway, what was happening there is I vertex painted the whole rock room. So when I had the sunlight on it, it's pulling the vertex painting as exactly lighting shading. But, so it's ignoring the real-time lighting. So in order to make it work, I have to hit force real-time lighting. No static lights will be baked. Basically, yeah. Basically, that means that this age was, the main room was rendering not in the intended visual status, but it was, it was rendering with all the colors, basically pure white and pure black at the bottom and fading between them, which is not the look I was going for. So in order to make the vertex painting work with lighting, you need to, with a more accurate lighting setup, you need to really set it up so that the objects that have the shadows have, yeah, there we go. Now that looks proper. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That looks nice and visually that looks nice and visually compelling. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a shadow. That is a highlight of a shadow. That it is. Ah. Right. Then. Yeah, so moody. Very moody indeed. I'm going to change the clear color from black to white because this age is going to be heavily, bright-ish is not quite the right word, but it's going to be, anyway, the fog and all that is going to be. So I'm going to set the fog up to 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Fog type. Okay, yep, okay. So, next thing I need to do, I need to... Lighting info, Force RT lighting. Lighting info, Force RT lighting. Lighting info, Force RT lighting. What materials are on this particular object? Tab. What objects? Set this to outdoor sun. Set this to outdoor sun. This to outdoor sun. And set that to outdoor sun as well. Okay, there we go. Go to this. Set this to outdoor sun. This to outdoors. Wait, no. Tab. What is this texture? This should be indoors. Should be, set that to outdoors. I'm going to set that to outdoors. Okay. Okay. Save. Test age. Let's see how this looks. Sorry for the British recursion there. So yeah, how is everyone doing these days, I guess? I don't know how much of an audience I have right now. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing all right. I hope everyone is having a fantastic summer so far. Or at least as stress-free of a summer as possible. Yeah. So this age that I'm going to get into the why it's called Touchstone in a little bit is so there's an episode of early Stargate SG-1 called Touchstone. Ooh. Holy. Well, that's not not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Why are you at an odd angle? Seriously, why are you at odd angles? Half of the door, most of the door is working right. I mean, you see it, right? Like, the outside clamps are opening. They're sliding out of place correctly. The door is opening. It's sliding open. It's sliding open. It's just this one side. Yeah! I forgot to give that frame collision. I forgot to give that collision. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. This is the perils of, unfortunately, the perils of, editing. Yeah, incredible, the world broke. I am glad you are having a great summer so far, Pinecone. Oh, yeah, it's incredible. The world broke. So, question. This does not have any rotation to it. Okay. I'm going to do something a little risky. Control A. And apply rotation. Okay. And then while I'm thinking on it, collision, triangle mesh, terrain. That'll keep me from falling out of the floor. For the most part. Okay. Let's see if that fixed our little hiccup issue there. So at this point, you're probably going to notice that, yeah, what I'm ending up having to deal with here is, we're at the stage where I'm just trying to get the initial setup stuff to work right. And sometimes when you import an object with an existing animation, it goes screwy. When I first imported the rotating statue in Edernabri, it was spinning sideways. Then it was spinning upside down, and I didn't change anything with it. And eventually got it sorted out where it was rotating the right direction, but oh. Well, that's better. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Before I really go out and model the outside world, I really want to get this door working right, just because it's bugging me. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why? Why? A, apply location. And nope, that broke my door. That broke my door entirely. Okay. Applying look. Oh, nope. 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 Okay. Rotation and scale. I am not going to mess with the location because that screws with the animation. I don't want it to screw with the animation. The animation is working fine. It's just that it's playing in the wrong orientation. Yeah, it's always the doors. It's always the doors. It's always doors. Doors are the things that break, and they always break, and I deal with doors breaking all the time. But yeah, this is basically the this is what I was dealing with the maintainer chute in the overflow station. It's basically just, it's like, depending on what you import, sometimes it just goes screwy like this, and I don't understand why. Trick, track, chunk. Okay. Why are you sideways? Why are you sideways? Sideways. Why? Why? Why are you sideways? Okay. Blender. I really don't want to have to remake that animation. I really don't. But at least at the present moment, it's only 4 objects that are broken, and if I have to remake the animation, that's not as horrible as if it were the entire door. So I am just going to live with it for the moment. Also, what texture are you? What texture are you? You are outdoorsman. Okay. Rotation Z 180. There. Well, my sun is going the other way. And then I'll make the door shiny from the outside and the inside. There we go. Come on. You are set to the indoor shadows. I need to give you more energy, so I'm going to set you to 10. Yeah, let's make that 7. Yeah, speculative diffuse. Okay, RY. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna remove that indoor shadow modifier from that. Okay, grading texture. What I have that set to indoor shadows. Okay. Let's put that back to 10. That'll give it some rough spotlighting. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for the moment. Okay. Broken doors. Okay, whatever. This is... Fixing on it more is not going to help matters any. So, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to select several planes of my rock geometry here. I'm going to Tool, Duplicate, Rotation Z 180, and then P by selection, tab, there we go. And then I'm going to do Object, Transform, Origin to Geometry, scroll this out here, scroll this out here. Okay, I'm going to call this Hewn Rock 01. I'm setting this to the Outdoors Sun. And then begins the fun part of creating the outdoors terrain. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, outdoors terrain. Yeah, the rock texture is just going to be temporary, I think. Not really sure I want to stick with the particular Garrison rock tone. I'm probably going to mess with it more later. But for the moment, it works on a, here is a thing, basically. Okay. If I'm getting this right, I just need to bring you in. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Now I need to go. U, F makes a face. And I can do this. And that makes a face. And you just watch how, did you see how the lighting just changes as you add a face to the thing? And then it's just adding a bit of geometry, and it recalculates the entire lighting for the area. So we've got a little, we're going to have a little bit of a well here that, that will be collecting, rainwater. Because the idea of this age is, I'm hitting the extrude button, E to extrude, and it stretches it all out. The idea for this age is that it's the maintainer's version of Minkata. Welcome back, Kewonk. And basically the whole idea of this age is that this is a maintainer's version of Minkata. But I don't want to just rehash Minkata's desert. Oh no. I am not rehashing Minkata's desert. I am doing something a little more absurd. I am doing a if Minkata's is the Badlands, let me put it this way. This age touchstone is going to be the wetlands. And if you know the Stargate episode, that touchstone that I'm referring to, then you know exactly what I'm referring to by that. And I'm referring to torrential rain so thick you can barely see 2 feet in front of you. Swampy-ish. It's the whole thing is going to be in this age, you're following and you cannot see in front of you. You literally cannot see in front of you more than a few feet. And that is essentially because that is how the maintainers wanted this age. The goal of this age is to test maintainers on their navigation skills with a certain, very specific tool. And what is that certain specific tool, you might ask? Well, I will tell you in a minute, as soon as I extrude this a bit more. I want you and you. I'm just gonna extrude. This is swampy ground because it's raining all the time, so it's gonna slope downwards a bit. But I want you to think for a moment. What tools did the maintainers have, essentially, on their own, that everybody else desperately wanted to have? That, to the point that they actually started rolling the dang things out. The key. The key. And what does the key have in terms of navigation? The GPS coordinates. That's right. This age is a Minkata version, is a version of Minkata that is, well, it is going to basically be running on marker coordinates. You probably win getting to test run this first, and probably, depending on how many times I run through this on stream. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'm just going... So the point of this age, essentially, is, it's going to be Minkata, but maintainer markers. And that's where the other part of the pun of touchstone comes in. Like, Minkata had 5 things you had to get. You're also going to have 5 things in this age, because there's going to be a story behind it. But we will get to the story later. We will definitely get to the story later. That is to say, this age is probably going to test some people's mettle when it comes to figuring out where they are and what they're doing. Okay, I'll leave that a bit like that. That's level enough. Scale that a bit. Okay. Now then, if I've done everything right, you should have collisions still. Yes. I'm going to remove the color variable because it doesn't need it. Okay. I'm going to do another test for the age. Yes, be glad you can test. SDLs are updating. You'd think it would know I have all the SDLs, but it's got to do that. It's how things are configured now, which is a great time for me to talk to you guys and all that. So, touchstone as an age concept. It seems, you're getting the vibes of it so far, right? Click, clack, clunk. Ooh. Ignore the thing that's animating improperly, but... yeah, so we've got our start of our rock face here. And like I said, the whole point of this age is that you're barely going to be able to see 2 feet in front of you, which is not what we're seeing here right now, as a matter of fact. Whee! Look at that spotlight on that wall there. That is fantastic. That is fantastic lighting. Oh, yeah. So, there's going to be water and rain and stuff coming through the hole in the ceiling, and it's going to be draining down into the grating. It says, this room is where the maintainers wanted it to be secure against all the constant rainwater, because all the constant rainwater is going to be flooding the age. So, you might be thinking to yourself, well, now, Harley, you've got all of this rock face. Surely you're not going to set the fog density up so that you can't see 2 feet in front of you while you're developing this age, are you? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, I am. Needs more marbles. Oh, I'm telling you, if you have, okay, fog density, I'm setting that to 10. Fog type Exponential. Exponential based on distance squared. Exponential distance. Linear. Let's play around with the fog settings a bit. Start, -15. End. Let's start this. Yeah, let's start this at 1. At 10, actually. Yeah, so we got it at 2000. Okay. Let's see how that looks if we export it. Because I am being very silly, and I am actively going to set the fog so that I cannot see 2 feet in front of me while I'm developing this. Because I am a masochist, I guess. I don't know. I probably shouldn't set it so rough from the start so I have a better time seeing while I'm developing, but I kind of want to get the vibes of the age down to start with, you know? Like, I think it would be kind of cool if it, Of course, it's not... Why is that not... Oh, do I have to set the textures to... Use mist? No, it's... Yep, okay. Start at 1. Well, I'm going to set it... Actually, I'm going to set that to 100. Oh, yes, this is just going to be absurd. Oh yeah, I am actively going to punish myself on this. Oh gosh, why am I starting this with the fog already? Fog. Yes, we're playing around with fog already. Yeah. I figure I'm going to nail down the fog. I'm probably going to mess with the fog a whole bunch while I'm working on this, but, I just want to get the vibe of it down, you know? I want to see how it looks. I want to see how it feels. I want to see how far in front of me I can actually see. Which does not appear to be which appears to be everywhere still. Well, I'll keep messing with it later. Let's get back to working on some geometry, shall we? It's like method acting, method writing. Yes. I will say this much. Editing ages is very, very much a process of what the heck am I doing combined with well, that didn't go exactly how I planned it. So, we're going to have we're going to have the ground just kind of slope back here by quite a lot. I'm also going to issue you viewers a challenge on this age. I'm not going to say what it is, but I am roughly basing this map based on my memories of a specific place in the Myst universe. And if you guys can guess what it is, I will add a name, I will add a plaque in the age somewhere, skydiving possibly, that says, I guessed what age this is based off of. We will see if anyone picks up on what it is that I am designing here as I'm designing it, because I'm curious to see if people's Myst knowledge will be up to the same level as mine, or if I'm just being way too clever for my own good. Probably the former. I'm probably being way, 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 way too clever for my own good, but well. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, you're noticing now that I am dragging that way down. Way down. Yeah, we're getting uneven terrain here, folks. Uneven terrain. You guys are gonna be swimming and probably swimming, but you guys are gonna be metaphorically swimming through fog. And yeah. It's gonna be a thing. Yeah, well, it's yeah. I figure I figure this is going to be one of those so subtle most people are going to miss it things, but yeah, I'm just going to be curious to see if people pick up on what I'm working on here, because it should be pretty interesting to see if people actually figure it out. It's mostly just a challenge to see if people can figure out where my crazy brain is going with these things, because sometimes I don't even know where I'm going with these things, you know? The fun part about working on ages like this in the roughing out of things stage is you can just kind of just grab whole bits of terrain and just kind of really just yank it around in whatever way you want, and it'll probably look something like how you want it, I would assume, but not always. Yeah, so, and this probably won't all need to be a single giant piece of collision. In fact, once I'm done modeling it out, I'm probably going to separate out large chunks of it so that it is more manageable. But for the initial modeling stage, yeah, we're gonna have some stuff going on here. You can probably potentially guess what's going to go on here, just from the geometry of the slope of it. It's can't wait to swim through fog. Oh yes, it will be quite an interesting experience, that's for sure. Okay. This is looking quite stretchy everywhere. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. You unwrap. Scale. That's looking a little better. But yeah, you can already start to see just how small our Garrison door is. So I'm going to grab our little avatar dummy here. And I'm going to duplicate him and bring him outside so you guys can see that he is in fact very, very small against this landscape. Again, I'm thinking this is like Maintainer's Garrison, the Maintainer's version of Minkata. So it's going to have a lot of variable size terrain. It's gonna have to have a challenge to get around in, you know? It's gonna have a challenge. Gotta have a challenge. Yeah. Tab. And I'm just gonna boop. Boop. Yeah, that's not what I wanted there. S times X. And you drag it backwards. Yeah. I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see it. So, yeah. Okay. S to scale, E, and then S to scale. That, and drag that up, that, drag that up. Yeah, that roughs up the cliff terrain, makes it a little more uneven. Wrap, scale it out, boom. Give a slight overhead view of this age so far. Any guessers? Any takers? Do I make any sketches before making an age? Sometimes I do. In this case, I am drawing specifically from my memory of a place, so I don't really need to have a sketch of it. Since I have a vague image of what it's supposed to look like in my head, and thus, as I am modeling and creating it, it then has it then takes on a life of its own, because and generally, when I'm modeling freeform like this, and if I have an idea in my head of what I want something to look like, oftentimes what I do is I just kind of let as I'm modeling it out, I let it dictate the terrain as I'm modeling. So, you saw how I curved this wall up after I was like, I could, maybe extend that out furthermore. But I kind of like the narrow is relative compared to an avatar here, but I like how it narrowed up and then extended out. And I just kind of am freeforming it based on what I feel is the correct thing. For Pod 12, I made a sketch years ago. I made many sketches. I roughly stuck to that sketch when I modeled out the terrain, but I didn't use it as a reference. I just did the sketch out years ago, and then I remember that was the shape I remembered as I'd drawn it out. So, in that case, yes, I did scrunch out the, I did draw out the Pod 12 terrain, which if you go to one of my other Blender For Korman videos, you will see, actually basically almost every other Blender For Korman video on YouTube, you will see the Pod 12. I did not show this, maybe I did show the sketch. Anyway, the Pod 12 area that I did for the previous Blender For Korman stuff was, that had a sketch that I did years ago, and I tried roughly to keep the major immediate area basically consistent to that sketch. Though, F4 face. I cannot say that I definitely struck to the original idea as far as just leaving it one place. I definitely expanded it quite a lot, and that expansion came from, again, just kind of free-forming the terrain and finding where the rock kind of naturally gave way to the shape of the age. So, if you look at the Pod 12 stuff in the videos, you'll see that I had the river coming out of the wall, and so it forms this pond, but it's okay, that's going to flow out somewhere, so where does it break through the wall? And then I follow that course along to a larger cave, and then I follow that along to where it would break out into another river. Of course, that's then broken off because it's got a big giant pit of lava in the middle now, and yada yada. Anyway, so basically, I sketch out some of it, and then for other things, I just follow the terrain, and I just go with what works, rather. Which, in this case, wow, this place feels pretty dang big, doesn't it? Yeah, it feels big, alright. And look at this. Yep. This is definitely where you want the fog to be coming in. Because, yeah, you want there to be fog, and you want there to be rain to obscure it. Because let's be real right now. This is pretty easy to get around in with the just the visuals able to see it. The challenge of navigating in this age is going to be figuring out how to get around in the age, to navigate to places and to find things. Yeah. So this is just the area we just modeled. Look at it. And look at these cliffs. I bet they're climbable. Oh, yes. Climbers are gonna love this. Whee! Climbing up a cliff. Climbing up a cliff. Woohoo! Now we're starting to get, is that still, oh, yep, that has just enough of a slope on it to stick. I imagine that some players are definitely going to be trying to climb up to get a bird's eye view on things, but that is where the fog and the rain should hopefully curtail that. It's like if you're up here and you can barely see 2 feet in front of you, you're not going to see much but white, right? Hopefully. That is the goal, ideal. But yeah, so let's fly around because I don't want to run back. Yeah, so let's get an aerial view of the age here. Woohoo! Look how small our arrival area is compared to the actual age now. That is the vibe of this place. That is the hopeful intended goal of it. Oh my god, ooh, here's our friendly neighborhood maintainer suit. He is having a time. Yeah. He is having a time. Look at those eyes in the dark. Yeah. And if you come down here, woo, look at how dark that is down here. Wow, yeah. And that door is still being wonky. I don't know why the door is being wonky. Why are you being wonky, door? Sure, Jessica. Yeah, gotta put in some freestanding islands in the maze. Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, the New Vegas method of getting up mountains. Yeah, if I was going to do the full airlock setup, I'd have to deal with, copy-pasting all of this and flipping it around horizontally, and as it is, I have several objects that are not animating correctly, that I need to figure out why they're not animating correctly, and I really don't want to have to remake the entire door animation in reverse. I really don't. Look at this poor thing just jutting out all impudently. It's like a snaggly little tooth. Yeah, this is the Lincoln Chamber. This is vibes. Look at that. Oh yeah. Come in here and you'll see big ol' hole in the ceiling, water and rain coming through, and oh, yeah. Well, I can maybe add another door. I'm still in the stage of just roughing out everything. If I add another door, yeah. Honestly, I may just add in another door. I will see how I am feeling once I sort out this animation. But for the moment, I'm still in the roughing things out phase. Like, I've barely modeled any of this. So this is barely the age. Oh, no, it's fine. That's fine. The journal canon, I want to ensure that I get the journal canonicity right, but for the moment, this is just me roughing out the age and getting a rough sense of the terrain. So grab all of this, and big old section of terrain there. Woohoo. But yeah, so there's, for those who don't know, or are going to watch later, Jessica is, helping me with concepts for this age, as one of the Guild of Maintainers people, So we're kind of collaborating on this. But for me, I'm just in the modeling stage at the moment. Okay, so now here's where I'm gonna do something funky. I'm gonna grab all that. I'm gonna make a face of it, and then just to screw with people. You got a weird old island shape. Yeah, there we go. That's not related to the original age that I'm referencing for the general layout of the place. But yeah, there we go. That's a nice little island right in the middle of it, and just to screw with people, and if they're not paying attention, you can just walk up it from one side. Because the maintainers were kind of like that if you were one of their trainees. I'm gonna triangulate that so it's a little more, yeah, there we go. Raise that up, lower that down. I feel like this is in the spirit of the Garrison wall trial, basically. Just having a big giant wall in the middle of, like, and then if you just quietly walk up and you're like, wait, what's going on? Why are my coordinates changing? Ah! Oh yeah, the suits definitely are not going to stop you from bruising. That is for sure. Yeah, that's looking really wonky. Smart UV project. For temporary texturing, that will do. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's gonna screw with some people. Especially if they're trying to wall hug. That's, yeah. This whole thing is basically like a big version of Minkata, and kind of formed with the Maintainers Guild in mind. I'm gonna grab that. Put in a little bit of terrain there. I think I'm gonna grab this. Grab it like that. But yeah, I'm just free-forming the terrain here as my heart feels is correct to. Now here I'm going to actually go off the beaten path of the age I'm referencing and do something in completely the opposite direction. And I'm gonna lower it into the ground more. Yeah. Just as a little sizable detour. Yeah. Boop. Streamception. Yeah, that happens when I Alt-Tab, because I've got it currently set to show... What do I currently have it set to show? Oh, I got it set to show my desktop. Let me turn that off. Blender. There we go. There's Blender specifically. I am silly. Sorry about that. I did not realize I was doing that. Maybe I did. And I just didn't realize I was realizing that was what I was saying. Yeah, now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay. I wanna export this and see how this looks. Of course, the bigger this age is going to get, the more longer exports are going to take. Fortunately for us, I believe that despite how big physically this age is going to be, it's not going to have that many physics objects in it. Like Nabri, that takes a long time to export, even with Korman. It takes a few minutes. So, but Nabri has a lot in it, and this age is not going to have that much in it by design. It's like Minkata, you know, it's going to have the navigation as the testing, and etc., etc. Oh yeah, look at that little rock face jutting up there. Oh yeah, that's going to screw with people, alright? If you're not able to get far, like, yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do the trick. I'm getting anime vibes off of this so far, and I think it's just because I have the sky so bright. Like, look at that. Yeah. Text, typing errors. Oh boy, I need to update my Pythons. What is that actually saying? It's not saying anything because my key is busted because I did something at some point that this version of the game did not like. Oh, yeah, if there's water here, this is just going to be suddenly swimming. You're just going to be walking along and suddenly sploosh, whoosh, 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 whoosh. That's gonna screw with people a bit, I think. Oops. Yep, we cannot see it over the Blender window because that's why I had it. That's why I had Blender disabled and I had it. Okay, I'm gonna put Blender under Uru. There we go. Now we have the age. Sorry about that. This is why I need to figure out how I'm doing streams. It's like I was saying, yeah, here's the big giant cliff right in front of you as you come out of the door. It's like, God, the door is going to be so hard to see if you're not paying attention for it. I might have to recess it more just to make it harder to find. But yeah, you got this big giant thing, and if you're walking along and there's water along the ground here, it's going to be splish, splash, splish, splash, and then suddenly you're in water and you're swimming, and woohoo, it's a big old pond. That's water right there. Woohoo! That's swimming. I'm giving myself more work with water geometries, but this age is going to need water geometries because, well, water geometries everywhere. It's water. It's going to be rain. The hard part about doing rain is that it's particles, and I have to have somebody else do particles for me in that regard, so I can't really show it on stream yet. One of these days. But yeah, so basically, you're going to start to get the vibe with this age that where Minkata is endless flat desert, here it's kind of just endless plains of water that you have to trudge through, and there's thunder and lightning and water noises, blah, 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 blah. Seriously, why are you like this? Why? Okay, how long have I been doing this stream for? 3 hours. So yeah, not only is there swamp everywhere, there's sudden drop-offs in the swamp. Very devious. Yep, and Relto bucks. Sealing it out of the tanks and Relto bucks. I'm not sure I can attach a ring of rain like that. I don't think particles work that way. Maybe. I don't think it's gonna work that way, especially if you that's something I'm gonna have to work on more. But yeah, we've done 3 hours of streaming here, and boy, is my throat getting tired. What do you guys think? Has 3 hours long enough for a first upload to YouTube? Gosh. let's just get a scale of this for our first bit of work on this age. I think 3 hours is pretty good for what we're starting with here. I think, considering BRB phone. Okay, I am back. Yeah, I am going to call it here. Thank you all for joining me off and on, and I will have this video uploaded to YouTube, whenever it finishes processing, I guess. Thanks for watching me stumble through all this, and I hope this was a valuable learning experience for everyone who is wanting to learn about age building. Yeah. I may mess around a bit more with terrain so that when we come back to the next stream, we will have a bit more of a finished look in places. I may do, I think I'm not happy with this Garrison rock texture. So what do you guys say to me doing some texture work for it next time? Yeah, I think I'll do some custom texture work. That should be fun. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.